Hello, my name is Martin, welcome back to another video. The Brew Boy's here and we've got our mate Liam with us.
Hi guys.
I'm going to tell you where we are now. So this week we're on the Manchester Bury Bolton Canal. Opened in 1808, 15 miles long and 17 locks to climb the height. It starts off down in Salford and it splits just where we are now, which I'll show you on the map, and one part goes to Bolton, one part goes to Bury. Now in a state of dereliction because something happened here, but I'm actually stood in the canal now, and as you can see there's no water whatsoever, but it's got quite a few interesting things on this section. So behind the camera is the first interesting thing I'm going to show you. We could actually walk down the canal because there's no water in it, but we'll take a walk down the towpath and take a look at the first interesting thing. As you can see, most of the canal hasn't got water, and if we turn the camera around and come this way, James, you see it's just like a flat bed. This is full of bricks, this bit. It's like you're walking on half a factory. But if we go back that way again, here now, you can see we're going back to a sort of canal there again now. And just up there are some stop boards in, I think, and there's some water remaining in the canal. But this bit, dry. Anyway, come on. Right, so this is the bit where we go from dry canal into the water bit. Let's go and take a look. This way, Liam, but don't slip. As soon as I got there, I felt myself go then. You coming down, James? So just behind here, obviously, as you can see, is all the water of the canal. This was obviously built back in the day when they obviously decided to refill parts of the canal. Very, very soft underfoot, and I'm guessing that's probably years of silt, but also they were clay lined, weren't they, the canals? But lovely to see the old stone here, you know, that actually the actual original towpath there and everything. We're in autumn now, so it's brilliant because all the weeds have died down. Me and James came here back in summer and this was just a no-go area, you couldn't get in at all. Right, so let's carry on walking down.
Okay, so where are we this week? Well, this is Google Earth and there's the UK, and we'll just zoom in there and I'll let you get your bearings. There's Manchester city centre and we're going to an area around here, sort of Little Lever Radcliffe area. So we're going to zoom in, continue zooming in, and we're going to go there. That's it, see? So what we've got there is the River Irwell, our friend the River Irwell, meandering along there, and we've got the Manchester Bury and Bolton Canal disused. Our journey starts around about here and we've walked this way, and what we're doing is we're walking to this point here where we're going to show you something interesting, and then we're going to go back along here, drop down off the path, and then into this sort of like meandering loop of the River Irwell here. There's some interesting stuff down here, particularly down at this bottom end of the loop, and that's where I want to go and take a look. I've been looking at this for a long time and I finally want to get there and have a look at it. So we'll call this sort of like within the loop, this area. So yes, we're starting off on the Manchester Bury Bolton Canal, but we're going to drop down to this area here. So that today is the focus of our interest.
Now when you look at the list of names that were on the original board of directors for the canal company, a name crops up and it's a really important name for me, and it was Matthew Fletcher. Matthew Fletcher of Wet Earth Colliery fame. Matthew Fletcher, who worked alongside James Brindley and did all that scheme just not far down here at Clifton and the Lancashire coalfield. So yeah, when I was looking at it for information, I saw Matthew Fletcher's name and I thought, wow, I think the next thing to do is find out where Matthew Fletcher is buried. I think I know, but we need to go and pay a bit of homage to his grave, I think. Bit of a personal hero of mine. It's very beautiful today, it's an autumnal day. One of the things though that you get on this canal at this point is this algae, this green algae growing, which absolutely dominates the canal now all the way down here. The birds, well, the ducks don't seem to mind it that much because they just swim through it, but what sort of effect it has on their life, I don't know really. Right, so here we are, exactly where I wanted to be. So as peaceful as it is along this canal, you know, cyclists, dog walkers, me and James have already stood in some dog shit, haven't we?
Yeah.
We have actually. Hopefully we'll walk it off by the end of the day. But anyway, back in the early 1800s, this was a hive of industrial activity. This was a place of industry, not a place of leisure. There's a unique thing on this canal, and I know some of you will know what it is. The camera's leaning against it at the moment. I'm going to show it you now. It's very unique. The Mount Sion Steam crane. So the Mount Sion Steam crane, I absolutely love this thing, it's amazing. It's grade 2 listed, and according to the website Historic England, it is thought to be one of the earliest surviving steam cranes in the country. It is one of only a small number of surviving in situ steam cranes, and it is thought to be the only example in England that still remains in its original canal-side location. Although unused for a number of years, its component parts remain remarkably complete and enable a clear understanding of how the crane operated. It was powered by a riveted tall cylindrical boiler standing on a platform at the rear of the crane that drove cams which powered piston rods. The Mount Sion steam crane was probably constructed between 1875 and 1884 by Thomas Smith and Sons of Rodley near Leeds. It was used to transship coal between the canal and the Mount Sion Bleach Works, which is located just behind on lower ground. There's still a factory there now. But anyway, the Mount Sion Bleach Works later became the Mount Sion Paper Mill. It's beautiful, isn't it? And the thing is, it's not a museum piece, it's not a reproduction. This is the actual original steam crane here where it spent its working life. I don't think it's ever moved from this spot. Amazing that it just got left here and then somebody said, let's keep it there. It's actually one of the symbols for the Manchester Bury Bolton Canal Society as well. Do you not just love that?
Yeah.
Do you like it, Liam?
Beautiful.
Right, so we're going to go back that way now from where we've come, because there's something else I want to show you. Right, so we're going back the way we came, back up the canal. Just thinking, it's a bit fresh today. Have you brought stuff for a brew?
Of course I have.
Of course I have. Have you brought something to eat?
You know me.
Something traditional?
Yeah.
Oh, Liam, are you ready for one of James's brews?
I definitely am. I can't wait. We're looking forward to it.
I'm the milk monitor. I've made sure that he's got semi-skim milk.
Yeah.
None of that oat milk.
No.
You keep giving that posh noise. You don't agree with me. Right, watch the shit there. Oh shit, that was. Right, we're going to go off the canal for a moment and go into a loop of the River Irwell. There's a path down here, takes us into one of them loops. There's something interesting at the bottom, but we've got to go through the old gateposts. Look at this. What were these for? I don't get it. What were these gateposts for? I've looked on the old maps and I can't actually see. It just says, I think it says Ladyshore Road, I'm not sure, but I don't know why this would warrant these gateposts. Anyway, this way. What's your head on that, Liam?
You know it as well.
Run, James, run. Under the pylon. An old cobbled road, look at this. Or sets as they call them. Look at this old cobbled road. So this obviously at one time had an important purpose, this road, didn't it? But like I said, we're going into one of the Irwell's meandering loops now. Behind the camera was Ladyshore Colliery, one of the old mines from the Lancashire coalfield.
Okay, so here we are on the side-by-side maps, and remember this is where we are. We've come down this path here. Okay, so the left-hand map is 1892 to 1914 and the right-hand map is current day. You'll see on the right-hand map, but the cursors will move in sync, by the way, and these maps are courtesy of National Libraries of Scotland. You'll see on the right-hand map our area is just greenery. It's the Ladyshore woods and all we've got is a nice green area. On the left-hand map, however, we've got a little bit more going on, so let's zoom in there. So we're about to walk, we've walked down the path here and we've actually dropped down this way here. I'm looking at the left-hand map now because on the right all we can see is greenery. We're walking down here towards the River Irwell. Right, first thing we see is that there, FB, footbridge. So the footbridge, is it still there? Can we cross? Let's go and take a look and see what's left of the footbridge.
I'm just going to go down here, right to the banks there, to try and get you a decent shot of the remains of that bridge. Irwell's obviously higher than it normally is. Normally when we come, we've been a bit spoilt over summer. Irwell's been really low. You can almost walk out onto the banks. The banks have gone now, so we'll go down here, see what sort of shot we can get. Coming down, James?
Yeah.
Try not to fall and break your hip. Oh, you must be fit doing what you do. Seen that many times on maps and stuff, but never actually seen it myself. It was a footbridge. I think it was demolished around about the late 60s, early 70s from what I've read. I will show you a picture of how it used to look. Why it got demolished, I don't know, because those stanchions are looking pretty solid and they're still standing today. And the Irwell, I'm telling you now, the Irwell is fierce in flood. Well, I suppose all rivers are, aren't they, fierce in flood. They'll have took some buffeting over the years, I'm telling you now. The remnants of what was quite fascinating. And just behind the camera, and I'll show you in a bit, there's a collapsed weir, so we'll go and look at that. But first, James, are we having a brew?
Brew.
Tell you what, what's in the box there, James?
Secret.
What's in the white box with the box with the white lid?
It's a secret.
Secret. Right, fair enough. We can't wait to see what's in James's box.
You said it was a secret, and then you just went Eccles cake.
Look in the camera. Spoon face.
Right.
Right. Have you got a spoon?
Did you? Why? Give me a
spoon face. Have you got a spoon?
You give me a moonhead.
Right, moonhead. Have you got a spoon?
No.
Every single time you forget the spoon. There's no defence.
So I always forget the milk.
Liam,
Yeah.
where you got your broom with your fingers, mate?
That's fine, that's fine. I've got.
Oh, James, put us out of our misery. What have you brought for us to eat? Eccles cakes.
Yeah.
Are you into Eccles cakes, Liam?
Never tried one, so it'll be a first.
Right.
There you go, mate. Thank you very much.
Right, Eccles cakes. Question of the day. What's the difference between an Eccles cake and a Chorley cake? I don't get it, do you? They're both like full of dead flies, aren't they?
It is. Yeah. To be fair though, Eccles cake's pastry is more flaky, and the Chorley cake's more like biscuity.
Mary Berry here. you know your cakes, James, don't you? Right, while we enjoy your brew, we are limited today by the daylight. Obviously it's November at the moment, so we're going to film till it goes dark, aren't we, James?
Yeah.
And we got out quite late today. We had commitments, so we got out quite late. So this is probably going to be a two-parter. I'm not going to call it part one and part two, but I intended to do the whole thing in one go because there's much more to see. But we might have to just the light's failing now, so I'm not sure how much more we can get in. But we're going to film till it goes dark anyway.
Now, just while we've had our brew, which was about there was a leat there that came from the weir. The weir built up a head of water here, and the water was taken off from the river down this leat here to the Leverbank Bleach Works. Now that leat has completely gone, and when I was down there and stood here having that brew, I weren't even aware that behind me had been a water course to take water to the Leverbank Bleach Works. But hey ho, I looked at the map afterwards and I realised what was there, but it's all completely gone now. That,
you know what?
What?
Should have had the brew here, shouldn't we? It's more
No,
fun.
it's a
We
nicer
found this little
spot.
spot by the riverbank that is actually quite photogenic
And like peaceful.
and very peaceful. Well, actually, because we couldn't get a good view over there. We should have had a brew here. You fool! Anyway, apparently I've got to treat you. I've got to be more nice to you.
I know.
Because James is charming. One of the comments said James is charming, and you don't speak to him nicely enough. Sorry about that. Anyway, back onto the video. You know what? I'm not treating you nice. Anyway, we're going to go around here. I think there's the remains of an old bleach works. What is actually left or not, I don't know. But we'll crack on. We found a little riverside path. We'll see what we can find.
Okay, so concentrating again on the left-hand map, we're going to take a walk this way from the remains of the footbridge to try and take a look at this thing here, the Leverbank Bleach Works. Now, I can tell you now that there's nothing left of it, but we're going to take a look in the area, and just at the time we were just hoping we might see something, but we'll go and try and take a look, see if there's anything left of the Leverbank Bleach Works.
Have you found anything?
Nah.
No clues from the past, James?
Nothing. Found a dog. Found two.
Hello.
Three.
Hello. Hello. Not a stick.
So we may have found the dogs, but like I say, the bleach works has long since gone. But a gentleman called Ken Howarth had the presence of mind to photograph it just before demolition. And he was down there, Ken was down there photographing it in 1971. Can you believe it? 1971, seems like a lifetime ago. But he went down and he took the following photos, and we're very privileged in that we can use them and we can look at how the bleach works used to be. You may remember earlier I said, wouldn't it be great if somebody had stood where the red arrow is there, on that opposite side of the bank of the Irwell, just above the footbridge, and took a picture of the valley and how it used to be. Well, such a picture does exist. Obviously I was hinting at it. I don't know who to credit because I don't know who took it, but I'm certainly glad that they did. Here's that picture and it's fantastic. Let's just take a look at this now. And there you go. Wow. If a photograph could sum up an entire video, that's it. What a fantastic photograph. Don't know who to credit, don't know who took it, but I'm certainly glad that they did take it because it's absolutely fantastic. The bleach works is just to the left there off the photograph, unfortunately. But there's the bridge, the footbridge in all its glory. Apparently dangerous in the end. I've got a I found a headline off from the Bury Times that said it was dangerous. So whether that's why they pulled it down, I'm not quite sure, but there it is in all its glory. You'll see there where the red arrow has just appeared, the Manchester Bury Bolton Canal running along the edge of the valley of the River Irwell Valley. That would later prove to be its downfall, but we'll cover that in another video. And then right across the valley there, you'll see the Ladyshore colliery just on the top of the hill. One of the last collieries, mines, to export their coal via the Manchester Bury Bolton Canal. Also interesting, one of the last collieries or mines to use candlelight in Britain. Now, I don't think it was a good thing that it was the last one to use candlelight because safety lamps were available. I think there was resistance from the owners about using this new technology, these safety lamps, and I think there was a court case and all sorts. But that's an entire other story. But there you go, Ladyshore colliery there, and then to the right there you'll see the weir. Now the weir today is a shadow of what it was there. That weir is feeding the bleach works, so there's a leak comes off that for the bleach works. So what a fantastic picture, and without further ado, let's go now down to the weir, and the light is starting to fail.
You've got all that water there as well.
You made the water.
The Red Sea.
Yeah, but all we're going to do is...
So although the light's failing, hopefully I've shown you the collapsed weir. Now we don't know why it's gone, and it's sort of like, you can still see it just about. Where are we? You can still see it just about, but it probably would have been a bigger structure. What I read was that a lot of these weirs now, they are actually getting rid of them, these old weirs on these rivers, because industry doesn't need them anymore. And so as part of conservation for the fish, so the fish get the full use of the river and the weir isn't a barrier, they're actually collapsing some of the weirs down. We'll end the video here. I told you we were limited by daylight. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye for now.
See you guys. See you in a bit.